What is up, guys? Rick, Patient Kackis here. Thank you so much for stopping by, and today we are going to be showcasing the complete exotic quest guide for how to get the brand new 4th Horseman exotic shotgun just introduced into Destiny 2 within Season of the Worthy. And so, let's get started. Now, today was a very weird day. The quest began at reset, however, it appeared to be time-gated. This was actually unintentional, and now it's available to do in full. I was one of the very small number of people to actually wait to get my hands on this weapon before putting out a guide. So this isn't part 1, this is everything you need to know in one place. So, first things first, you're going to have to go to the tower and talk to Zavala. He's going to give you that initial exotic quest. Then, you're going to have to go and find a vault. This is very similar to the Leviathan's Breath exotic bow from last season. Now, if you just jump down, as you can see me go, after picking up the quest from Zavala, and head across this scaffolding and down 2 different levels. There's like 2 very similar levels. The first door won't open, the second door will. Go in here, and after some finagling, you're going to find Zavala's office. But this isn't where the quest step is located. You have to squeeze yourself underneath these stairs and continue through some vents, as you can see me do in the background gameplay, before eventually you're going to drop down in the right place and find the item, or the empty item, to continue this exotic quest. So, after you do this, you're going to be prompted to go back and talk to Zavala. Once you talk to him, your quest step is going to update, and then you're going to have to go to Mars and talk to Anna Bray. Once you do, your quest step updates yet again, and now you have to fill up a bar to 100% by completing public events on Mars and killing Cabal. Now, doing these different things offers drastically different progress in this bar, so don't do the wrong ones. Now, a public event, like just a normal war sat, if you trigger heroic, is going to be 20% in terms of progress. If you go into a lost sector, for example, the bottom right one is all Cabal, and you do that, it's only like 6% progress. So definitely public events is your main best bet. But you may be wondering, what about Escalation Protocol? Well, it turns out every single wave of Escalation Protocol counts for 10% of progress, and the first few waves are very, very easy. So definitely don't be afraid to do that. In fact, if there are public events, obviously go for those first, but as soon as there aren't any, start farming Escalation Protocol. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that when you're doing Escalation Protocol, one of the waves is always going to be a public event. You're going to be in Escalation Protocol, but it'll be either the Wizards or a Warsat public event. That will give 20% doing it, not a 10% normal wave. So that's something else to keep in mind. And that means that if you can get from, 0 to 7 waves in an Escalation Protocol and then restart wave 7, or, just do another wave 1, you should be pretty much good to go with 100%. And after you've reached that goal, you're going to be prompted to go back to Anna Bray, talk to her, the quest is going to update, and you're going to have another objective and another progress bar. This time, you fill it by either killing Scions or looting Cabal chests. Now, that chest part is really, really important, and I saw a lot of people make some mistakes here. So it does specifically say Cabal chests. So if you're exploring in the open world, it'll literally be the Cabal designed ones, as you can see in the background gameplay. And those will give you a huge 20% of your progress. Killing a Scion only gives you 2% per Scion killed. But remember, like if you open a Hive chest, that doesn't count. If you open a Lost Sector chest, that doesn't count. Even if you kill a Cabal high value target and open that chest, that doesn't count. It has to specifically be the chests that are designed to be Cabal chests. So if you want to do this fast, make sure that you're throwing on a ghost that has something like Treasure Hunter, and that is going to let you see those different chests like through walls from further away and help you complete this very efficiently. Or simply stay around where you see me, stay around in that initial spawn area. There's a lot of scions around here. It'll take a little longer, but you'll get it guaranteed. But one more thing, you have to be kind of around Cabal for the Cabal chest to spawn. Like this area is broken up into Cabal on one side, Hive on the other side, and the chest will spawn around the associated enemies that are spawning. In any event, once you have completed this step, you're going to be prompted to go to the tower and talk to Benedict, not the gunsmith, the other guy associated with Leviathan. So talk to him, your quest is going to update, and now you're going to have another 100% progress to complete. This time, you have to go to the EDZ and defeat combatants, complete public events, and complete patrols. So, these different things are going to offer vastly different progress. Simply killing enemies is not going to be great. We're talking 1% after several enemies killed. So if your plan is to go there and slay, probably not the best. Now, as for public events, there's actually a huge discrepancy in terms of normal and heroic. Normal seems to offer something around 5%. Heroic is more like 10 to 15%. Remember, it's a little hard to tell exactly how much percent you're getting because obviously you're getting kills while during public events, which is also contributing to the process. But that does mean that heroic public events are very, very good. With all of that being said, I think the dark horse here is definitely going to be patrols. Doing a patrol will give you around 5% progress, and they can be way more efficient and way faster to do than a public event. The problem is that sometimes they can take forever. If you get, scions killed in Firebase Hades, that's a nightmare to do, and you have to drive around like 40 times, right? And you're not getting a lot of progress for killing combatants when you're doing those either. So I think absolutely the most efficient approach is going to be going to the EDZ and specifically going after heroic public events, but when you load into an area to do the public event in that area, open up your ghost and go and pick up the certain patrols that you can do at the same time. The best by far is going to be just the combatives killed patrol, and then you can just pick that up, do the public event, you'll get both at the same time. You also have the diamond shaped ones, the scavenger ones, that can sometimes have you kill the enemies that you're already going to be killing for the public event. Those are fantastic as well. So, travel around from public event to public event, try to trigger heroic as much as possible, and do all of the nearby patrols that you can at the same time. That's going to get you the most efficient progress. But after you get to 100%, there is still a little bit more. You're going to be prompted to go back and talk to Benedict, and once you do, the quest step is going to update, and the final step is clear out the Legendary Lost Sector Quarry. So it's not the normal Lost Sector, you will have to go to the Warmind bunker within the EDZ, and you'll have to clear out the bunker for the day if you haven't to gain access to this Lost Sector. But once you do all of that, you should be able to do this last step. Now, importantly, the reason there was such kerfuffle earlier this morning and the reason this was a confusing day is because the Legendary Lost Sectors actually rotate. So Bungie made it available in the middle of the day when it wasn't earlier in the day, but that means that likely it's not always going to be available. So if you're doing this on a day when it's not available, you're just going to have to wait until the next day, because it does specifically have to be the Quarry Lost Sector. So let's talk about this Lost Sector. The featured champions are going to be unstoppable champions and barrier champions. So make sure you have like a hand cannon with unstoppable rounds, and then an SMG with barrier piercing rounds is a fantastic idea. It is going to be 1000 light, so these are no joke. But if you want to take on champions, definitely if you have the divinity, it is a fantastic weapon, allowing you to kind of stun lock these enemies and contribute more damage from your teammates. Now obviously not everyone, and especially the people going to have trouble with this Lost Sector, are going to have access to this weapon, but extremely high damage output weapons like the Prospector, that's a phenomenal choice as well. The Lord of Wolves or another rapid fire frame shotgun is a great choice too. Powerful sniper rifles are good options here. The Izanagi's Burden got nerfed, but it's still pretty good at taking these guys down. But what's going to make your journey a lot easier is if you have the certain Warmind upgrades that let you, firstly, grab the Valkyrie down in the Lost Sector, which is going to let you do a ton of damage and especially clear out rooms of normal adds. And additionally, the big heavy boy, the big frame that'll come and fight for you, that guy's pretty cracked too and does a lot of damage there. So if you're having trouble with this Lost Sector, it may actually be worth it to go and level up those specific upgrades for your bunker and then go into the Lost Sector with access to these very powerful upgrades. And so, once you've cleared out this Lost Sector and dealt with the final wanted boss at the very end, and that's actually kind of the main and potentially only guy you really need to kill is a wanted guy, once you kill him, you have access to the chest, not the Warmind chest. You don't have to worry about having an encrypted bit, just the normal chest. You open that and you outright get the 4th Horseman exotic shotgun. Now let's take a quick look at this weapon's perks and how it functions in-game. Intrinsically, it has Thunderer. This weapon's rate of fire is increased significantly and fires in full auto. Then you've also got another very unique perk here called Broadside. Each successive shot has more damage and more spread. So it seems like with this shotgun, you're just running up next to enemies and just unloading, doing super high rates of fire and also more and more damage. How good is it? That remains to be seen, but I can't wait to take this in and test this in a few raids, if you know what I mean. Keep an eye on the channel for those videos. Guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and found this informative. Now, if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickKackis. That's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.